Hello, it's Hayley at Craft Yourself Silly, and today's stitch of the week we are going to have a quick look at satin stitch. So satin stitch is a fill stitch. You're going to use it to kind of cover large areas. So I'm going to show you a couple of examples and then we'll get cracking. So this is one of our Satin Stitch Stitch-onaries, and the thing I'm going to have a look at with you now is this piece here. So this is an exercise that we've put in there to just get you to play with using different numbers of strands. So what we've got here is a single strand, 2 strands, 3 strands, 4, 5, 6, and the different look that you're getting from it, because traditionally satin stitch should be done with a single strand. Now, to be honest, I ain't got time for a single strand. I generally will use 2 or 3 just because you still get a really good definition, but you don't get that kind of clumpy look that you start getting with 4, 5 and 6 strands. So we're going to have a look at it with 6 strands just to show you the technique, and then we're going to come back and do it with a 2 strand just to show you the kind of nicer effect you can get with the 2 strands. So we shall crack on. So if you're going to do this, you generally would have a shape already drawn on here that you are looking to fill in. And you are going to work in straight lines. You don't want to make the spans on this too big. I would say 2 or 3 centimetres is all you're looking to do. And a traditional satin stitch should be looping around at the back. So if I turn this over, it should look the same on the back, as in big spans of stitches, as it does on the front. And you are just going to line them up next to each other and keep stitching to cover the area that you want to have a solid colour in. So I'm just going to put a few more stitches in here, and then I'm going to swap to the I'm saying double thread, 2-stranded thread, because this is a 6-stranded cotton, and I'm going to take that down to a 2-stranded cotton and just do another similar type of area on it. So you can see 6 strands covers brilliantly. You know, you're getting a lot of coverage on there, but what you're also getting is you're getting almost like a pixelated, chunky, stepped line on the edge. If I just move this out of the way, I'm just going to cut it off so it doesn't get in my way, and swap to this one here. So this is 2 strands of the normal 6-stranded cotton that you would get. And I'm going to do exactly the same thing with this. Now it does take longer because you're using less thread. Let's just pull that back through. And you want to work really, really close to your previous one. The reason that we work top and bottom on this and wrap it round is if you work side to side, if you kind of came back, so I've come through that top bit, if I came back through this side here and then pulled it, what I'd actually get is I'd get it kind of pulling in at the top and just pinching at the top. So we kind of want to avoid that if we can, and we do want to wrap the thread round. You are going to use a little bit more thread. Now don't be afraid of doing kind of 4 or 5 stitches and then coming back to fill in some gaps. You don't have to try and work it completely close together first off, because what you'll find is you may be going kind of on this. You can see I've gone through where the weave is. What you might find that you need to do is come back and actually split some of those fibres of the thread to be able to get where you need to be. So we're going to come back and do that, and you may need it. This is an embroidery needle, so it's not the sharpest of points. So to split those threads, you may need a sharper pointed needle. I'm just going to go back through and just fill in a couple of these gaps. There we go. Let's see if I can get in there. There we go. It's really about whatever works for you, but what you don't want to do is go in too many different directions. You want to keep your direction nice and constant. So just pop that last one in. And in down the bottom. You can see you get a much more delicate finish with the 2-strand, or you can go for something fast and chunky with the 6-strand. So thank you for watching. We've got lots more Stitch of the Week videos. If you want to find out any more information about Craft Yourself Silly, you can hit our website, which is craftyourselfsilly.com.